Mental health book, written and published by Books Reader. Pain is often described as an uncomfortable sensation or feeling that signals potential harm to the body. It serves as the body's built-in alarm system, alerting us to possible dangers or the need to take action for recovery. However, pain can be categorized into two main types, physical and mental. Physical pain arises when nerves are triggered due to an injury or health condition. This sensation can vary, ranging from sharp and throbbing to stinging or dull. Physical pain usually has a specific location and cause within the body, driven by the nervous system. Typically, physical pain subsides as the body heals. Mental pain, on the other hand, is associated with emotional or psychological distress rather than physical discomfort. It stems from conditions like anxiety, depression, trauma, grief, or stress. While the discomfort is real, its origin is more emotional than physical. Sources such as loss, rejection, guilt, loneliness, and helplessness often lead to mental pain. The brain's limbic system, which governs emotions and behavior, plays a central role in mental pain. Physical symptoms like headaches or stomachaches can sometimes manifest, but the core issue lies in how the mind processes difficult thoughts or experiences. There is an interaction between physical and mental pain, with one often influencing the other. Chronic physical pain can lead to emotional difficulties, and physical discomfort can sometimes reflect emotional struggles. Both aspects must be addressed for effective pain management. Understanding the origins of pain can be empowering, as it allows us to develop personalized coping strategies. Whether the discomfort is due to physical injury or emotional distress, understanding pain's complexity helps us build resilience. While physical pain can stem from injury or illness, emotional pain can sometimes run even deeper, originating from past trauma. Experiences like trauma, loss, regret, anger, and doubt can have a lasting impact on our emotional well-being. Healing begins with exploring the roots of these emotions. Unresolved trauma can continue to affect us long after the event itself. Suppressing painful memories only maintains their power, but by confronting and expressing these experiences in a safe environment, we can work through them. Grief can be particularly challenging if we don't give ourselves the time and space to heal from the loss of loved ones, whether through death, separation, or broken relationships. Through rituals and sharing memories, the intensity of the pain gradually subsides. Many people carry deep regret over past actions, but self-forgiveness, making amends, and living with intention in the present moment can help ease that burden. If anger is left unaddressed, it can negatively affect our mental health. Healing from pain involves confronting injustice, letting go of grudges, and recognizing the humanity in those who have wronged us. Ultimately, challenges like doubt, low self-worth, and loneliness arise from disconnecting from our inner light. By recognizing our inherent value and meaning, we unlock a deep well of love within. Mental anguish often stems from the stories we tell ourselves, while physical pain has its roots in the body. By uncovering and rewriting our internal narratives, we can reshape our lives. Understanding the root causes of our pain diminishes its control over us. Healing is possible once we gain clarity on its origins. Lesson 1: Don't emotionalize difficulties or overreact. By detaching from drama, you allow yourself to respond rationally. Dealing with meltdowns and panic attacks can be mentally draining, and they often prevent us from taking decisive action. Remaining calm enables you to control your thoughts and responses. Remember, you have the power to choose how you perceive situations. You can either amplify troubles by adding emotional elements, or you can simplify them by focusing on the essential facts. As Shakespeare said, "Things are neither inherently good nor bad, our perception shapes their nature." By removing the emotional lens, you gain an objective perspective. Challenges become opportunities to solve problems or unleash creativity. When we eliminate distortions and rely on clear thinking, solutions become clear. Take a moment to compose yourself when feeling upset, rather than letting emotions dictate your thoughts. Pause, relax, and approach the situation with clarity and logic. With practice, staying calm during tough moments becomes easier. You have the capacity to remain composed and respond thoughtfully. Finding inner peace and wisdom will lead to positive outcomes, rather than succumbing to anxiety. By maintaining composure, you avoid unnecessary distress. Why burden yourself with the weight of magnifying worries in your mind? Focus on practical solutions. Understanding reality is often less intimidating than the chaotic thoughts we generate. With consistent practice, anxiety will gradually lose its grip. When facing future challenges, it's crucial to approach them without allowing emotions to cloud your judgment. Stay calm, eliminate unnecessary drama, and respond with thoughtfulness. You'll navigate challenges more effectively and with greater tranquility. Overreacting can put you at a disadvantage. Intense negative emotions can impair your ability to reason and make sound decisions. Excessive reactions drain the mental energy needed for thoughtful, effective responses. Staying calm helps maintain mental clarity. Many of our strongest overreactions stem from viewing situations through an exaggerated lens. Once you remove the filter of distortion, you'll realize that most situations are far more manageable than they initially appear. Overreacting only amplifies disturbances and weakens the ability to find effective solutions. Cultivate the habit of stepping back and detaching when you sense an emotional overreaction beginning to build. Avoid stoking the fire. Take a moment to pause, take a deep breath, and approach the situation with a rational mindset. Ask yourself if a strong reaction is truly necessary or helpful in the given moment. With consistent practice, you can develop self-control and resilience. By doing so, you prevent destructive overreaction patterns and preserve your emotional energy. Responding thoughtfully becomes second nature. You gain the ability to control your reactions, minimizing unnecessary suffering. Moderation is essential. Remaining stoically calm doesn't equate to being indifferent. There are times when it's entirely appropriate to express strong emotions. However, handling everyday challenges calls for a calm, rational approach. Conserve your emotional energy for life's most significant moments. When frustration arises, simply pause and collect yourself. Avoid letting overreactions take charge. By staying calm in the face of minor issues, you'll be better equipped to handle bigger challenges with wisdom and a balanced perspective. Your mindset directly influences the outcomes you achieve. Lesson 2: Anger is like drinking poison. Worry, too, is like waiting for execution. Anger often seems like a natural and justified response in the heat of the moment. However, harboring anger is akin to consuming poison while hoping it will affect others. Recognizing the harmful effects of anger can help you prioritize your well-being over any potential damage it may cause. Anger is often followed by regret and exhaustion. While reacting emotionally may provide temporary satisfaction, the consequences of those actions can harm your well-being, health, and relationships. Managing emotions is key to clear thinking, optimal performance, and accessing higher wisdom. Emotional outbursts encourage hasty decisions and narrow perspectives. Actions driven by anger, meant to assert control, often end up having the opposite effect, undermining your integrity and authority in others' eyes. Instead of getting upset, pause and reflect before responding. Channel that intensity into logical problem solving. Transform your anger into productive action rather than destructive reaction. It's often said that speaking in anger leads to words we later regret. There are always better alternatives to anger. Practicing patience, empathy, engaging in meaningful discourse, and finding compromise are important aspects of choosing the high road. Consider the long-term impact before giving in to the brief release of venting anger. As Lao Tzu said, use your intellect to manage yourself, and your heart to handle others. Anger can negatively affect your relationships, breeding distrust, resentment, and hostility. Anger makes loved ones tread carefully around you, fearful of triggering your ire. It can lead to emotional distance, causing isolation and conflict. So, when anger arises, acknowledge it as a toxic emotion. Don't consume it or spread it to others. It's vital to consider the impact of anger on your environment and health. Take a moment to step back, reassess, and decide how to respond with wisdom and integrity. Let go of anger and begin improving your life right away. Excessive worry can feel like waiting for execution. Both anger and worry can cause immense emotional turmoil. While execution may be a real possibility, the disasters we often fear rarely come to fruition. Worrying keeps our minds locked in hypothetical scenarios, fixating on the worst-case outcomes. Yet, these imagined disasters rarely unfold as anticipated. Our worries are often exaggerated due to irrational thought patterns. By letting go of preconceived notions and biases, we realize that many of our fears are highly unlikely. The execution we fear seldom happens. Of course, it's important to prepare for real concerns, but excessive worry goes beyond problem-solving into unproductive distress. Worry drains our energy, prevents us from taking meaningful action, and robs us of the present moment. In fact, worry can lead to self-fulfilling prophecies. What we consistently focus on is often what we bring into reality. Spending too much time worrying about a problem only increases the likelihood of it happening. It's more productive to focus on taking proactive steps. By shifting our focus and adjusting our perspective, many concerns appear less significant. The awaited execution is, in reality, a series of overwhelming metaphors. In fact, we are granted the gift of life, not death. Keep in mind that worry only prolongs suffering. Be mindful of negative thought patterns. Focus your attention on the present moment. When we take action, remain calm, and practice gratitude, anxiety starts to lose its grip. Living in the present is essential. Put worry on hold and embrace life fully. Lesson 3: Dealing with critics. There will always be people who criticize you when you choose to stand out and pursue big goals. However, how you respond to criticism reveals your true character and affects your peace of mind. Responding skillfully diminishes the power of negativity over you. When facing criticism, take a moment to evaluate if their feedback holds any value. If so, accept responsibility with maturity and see it as an opportunity for growth. However, many critics often express negativity rooted in their own personal resentment, not because of any shortcomings on your part. Rather than internalizing their attacks, recognize that critics often feel envious of your qualities, such as your drive, confidence, and success. Their bitterness reflects their own insecurities, not yours. Remember this to avoid falling into traps. Change your perspective and view haters as insignificant by not giving them your attention. They thrive on provoking emotions, much like schoolyard bullies. Without your reaction, their criticisms lose their power. Stay resilient. Do not let their negativity affect you. Let it roll off your back. Reacting with anger or defensiveness only gives haters more power than they deserve. Staying calm and composed neutralizes their attacks. Be kind and patient, even with them. By keeping yourself centered, you maintain your inner strength and sense of self-worth. Of course, establish boundaries when needed. You are not obligated to tolerate mistreatment. Assert yourself and then step away. Removing toxic influences is important for your well-being. However, it's usually best to disregard haters altogether. Don't allow them to occupy your thoughts without paying rent. Keep making progress with a positive mindset. Focus your energy on inspiring others, rather than engaging with critics. Your achievements will speak for themselves. With the right mindset, you will grow stronger and more compassionate in the face of negativity. You can gain insight from their words. Stick to your principles, and no negative person will deter you from your goals. Unchecked hatred can cause significant harm, outweighing any potential benefit. When we direct hatred towards others, we only harm ourselves. Reframing negative emotions can help you regain control. Take time to consider the root causes of your hatred. It often arises from unresolved emotions such as anger, envy, or pain within you, projected outward. The intensity of these emotions might be disproportionate to the situation. Work towards developing inner peace, wholeness, and compassion for yourself. This can help dissolve the false illusions of hatred. Try to see the humanity in those you strongly dislike. Understand that people who are hurting often hurt others. Insight comes through self-awareness. Channel your passion into positive activities such as exercise, creativity, or activism. Directing your energy towards good causes helps diminish the presence of negativity. Shift your focus to creating a positive impact, rather than harboring negative feelings towards others. Establish boundaries when needed, but avoid engaging in harmful behavior. Seeking revenge may offer temporary relief, but it only sets the stage for future conflict. Let justice and karma follow their natural course. Rise above, while protecting your inner radiance. Over time, you can release the grip of hatred and cultivate empathy and forgiveness. You can still critique negative actions, but the intense fixation fades. This lightness benefits your well-being. Healing takes time, especially for deep wounds. Even small efforts to calm the flames of hatred can lead to peace. Everyone faces challenges and difficult times. By practicing self-awareness and caring for yourself, you prevent these struggles from defining your life. It's tempting to dwell on negative memories from the past. We often replay hurtful events and interactions in our minds. Constantly revisiting these stories only hinders healing. To achieve peace, you must break free from this cycle. Dwelling on painful memories keeps you stuck in the past, preventing emotional growth. You end up reliving the same pain and resentment repeatedly. In the process, you miss out on new opportunities and present joys. Repeated exposure to negative narratives distorts our thinking. We may adopt victim mentalities, expect the worst in others, or accept tragedy as inevitable. A repeated storyline shapes our reality. Reflection can help process trauma, but there comes a point when revisiting troubling narratives impedes personal development. Let go of anger and despair to move forward. Break the cycle by shifting your focus when negative thoughts arise. Stay grounded in the present moment. Try a new hobby, help others, and create a new narrative for your life. With practice, you can learn to reframe painful memories in more constructive ways. Your brain will forge new connections, weakening the old patterns. You'll appreciate the past while embracing the present. You can shape your identity by taking control of your inner dialogue, avoiding being defined solely by tragedy. Focusing on your successes, rather than your pain, allows you to discover strength. Every day is a new opportunity to write a fresh chapter. Let go of old negative stories that hold you back. Reconnect with your passion and purpose. Changing the narrative in your mind can transform your life. The future is a blank canvas, ready for you to create a compelling story. Take George, for example. He had always dreamed of launching his own YouTube channel, but many dismissed it as a pointless endeavor. His idea was ridiculed by his friends, while his family urged him to prioritize college. Determined, George decided to give it a try, despite the skeptics. At first, only a few people watched his videos. But George remained committed to experimenting with different content, gradually improving. Over time, his subscriber count grew from a handful to 100. Yet, along with the success came a wave of negative comments, mocking his appearance, background, and suggesting he find a different career. George's journey is a powerful example of the importance of perseverance and maintaining focus despite the negativity and skepticism of others. When he faced harsh criticism from his friends and family, especially regarding his YouTube channel, it would have been easy for him to give up. However, his decision to stay true to his vision, fueled by the support of his fans, allowed him to push forward and achieve incredible success. By refining his content, listening to constructive feedback, and disregarding toxic comments, George's channel grew significantly. In the end, his determination and ability to rise above the criticism not only paid off but led to his own personal growth and validation. His story highlights the key lesson that pursuing your passion and vision, even in the face of doubt, is worth it. Success doesn't always come easily or quickly, but staying true to your goals can lead to unexpected rewards. Lesson 4: Dealing with fake people. Life will inevitably bring encounters with insincere individuals, people who put on a facade to gain validation or manipulate situations for their benefit. However, you hold the power to protect yourself from their influence. By being aware of their behaviors and setting boundaries, you can minimize their impact on your life. Fake people often try to project confidence, but underneath, they may be driven by insecurity or a desire for attention. It's crucial to recognize the subtle signs of insincerity, such as exaggerated stories, excessive name-dropping, or contradictions between their words and actions. These indicators, though subtle, are key to understanding their true motives. To protect yourself, surround yourself with authentic individuals who genuinely support your growth. Limit the amount of access you give to fake people and avoid sharing personal details that could be exploited. Setting boundaries will help you maintain control over your environment and protect your emotional well-being. Deceptive individuals may try to draw you into their drama, but staying grounded in your own authenticity will act as a shield against their tactics. Living with honesty and exercising discernment ensures that their lies and manipulations lose power over you. The truth may take longer to emerge, but in the end, it will always prevail. While fake people may temporarily rise to power or gain attention, their success is often hollow and short-lived. Their deceitful tactics will eventually lead to their downfall. On the other hand, authenticity remains a constant source of strength. Genuine people build lasting relationships based on trust, which is the foundation for true success. As you encounter moments of frustration with fake people, remember that their eventual failure is inevitable. Stay true to yourself, focus on your personal growth, and continue to invest in the meaningful connections that will support you in your journey. Embracing new possibilities. Life is a series of chapters. Some are filled with pain, setbacks, and challenges, but each new chapter presents an opportunity for growth and change. We may be tempted to repeat old patterns, but every day holds the potential for a fresh start. By aligning ourselves with our true selves and committing to personal growth, we open the door to new possibilities and a more fulfilling life. Small steps taken consistently can lead to monumental transformations. Trust in your journey, embrace the process of self-discovery, and let your inner truth guide you. Your future is waiting to be written, and with each decision you make today, you shape the story of tomorrow. How do you feel about embarking on a new chapter in your life? What changes or shifts are you ready to make today that could set the stage for a new beginning? Michelle's story is a profound example of how we can rise above toxic people and environments. Despite facing a difficult and manipulative boss, she realized that her worth wasn't tied to Mulek's actions, but rather to her own talent and integrity. By trusting in herself and making a bold decision to leave the toxic environment, she not only found a better opportunity but thrived in it. Her success proved that staying true to oneself and maintaining a strong character is a powerful force that leads to genuine achievement. The lesson from Michelle's journey is clear: toxic individuals can try to drain our energy and undermine our potential, but we have the power to control how we respond. When we prioritize our well-being and make conscious decisions to distance ourselves from negative influences, we create space for positive growth. Michelle's decision to leave the toxic work environment allowed her to shine in a place that celebrated her gifts, reinforcing the idea that authentic success is rooted in self-belief and courage. Lesson 5: Dealing with toxic people. We all encounter toxic individuals at some point in our lives, those who drain our energy, create conflict, or undermine our confidence. However, while we can't control their actions, we can control how we respond. By setting clear boundaries and limiting our interactions with these individuals, we protect ourselves from their negative impact. Toxic people often display certain behaviors: hostility, manipulation, constant criticism, dramatic outbursts, or actions that diminish your self-esteem. Trust your instincts if someone consistently makes you feel anxious, angry, or drained. It's important not to justify or make excuses for poor treatment. Instead, recognize that their behavior reflects their own unresolved issues, and you are not responsible for their emotional state or actions. Here are key strategies for dealing with toxic people. Set boundaries. Be clear about what is acceptable and what is not. Limit your interactions to avoid unnecessary exposure to their toxicity. Guard your personal information. Toxic individuals can use your vulnerabilities against you, so keep personal details to yourself. Share only with those who have earned your trust. Prioritize your well-being. Your mental and emotional health is your responsibility. Make self-care a priority and don't let toxic people guilt-trip you into tolerating behavior that harms you. Don't expect change. Toxic people are unlikely to change just because you want them to. Don't invest energy into trying to fix them. Instead, focus on maintaining your own peace and protecting your boundaries. Simplify your interactions. If you must interact with toxic individuals, keep conversations light and avoid sharing anything that could be used against you. Don't engage in unnecessary conflict. By taking these steps, you safeguard your inner peace and maintain your energy for positive relationships and personal growth. It's crucial to understand that you are not responsible for the toxic behavior of others. Their actions stem from their own struggles, and they need to take responsibility for their healing, just as you do for yours. The importance of boundaries. The ability to set boundaries is one of the most powerful tools for protecting your mental and emotional health. Boundaries aren't about punishing others, they're about respecting yourself. Establishing healthy limits helps prevent toxic behavior from seeping into your life and ensures that you prioritize your well-being. The more you practice setting boundaries, the stronger your sense of self becomes. You'll begin to realize that you don't have to tolerate mistreatment, and you can choose who gets access to your energy. As you create space for genuine connections, the relationships that nourish and uplift you will become more apparent, while toxic influences will fade into the background. Embracing the journey. Life is an ongoing story, full of opportunities for growth and transformation. As you navigate through challenges, remember that you have the power to decide how your narrative unfolds. Each chapter offers the chance to shed old patterns and embrace new ones. It's all about making intentional choices that align with your true self and contribute to your personal growth. The idea of letting go of past hurt is incredibly freeing and essential for our growth. Michelle's journey shows us that no matter the obstacles or toxic people we encounter, the best path forward is to focus on our own personal development and happiness. When we choose not to hold on to resentment or seek revenge, we free ourselves from the past's grip. Moving forward, we not only heal, but we also thrive. Lesson 6. The best revenge is to forget past hurt. Seeking revenge might feel satisfying in the moment, but it often leads to more pain and prolonged cycles of negativity. The healthiest revenge is to leave the hurt behind, focus on our own healing, and lead an extraordinary life. When we invest our energy into healing and growth, it is like sending a powerful message: the wrongdoer no longer holds any power over us. Our happiness and success become the ultimate response to their negativity. Rather than dwelling on the pain of the past, we choose to let go of resentment, which clears the space for peace and joy. Forgetting past hurts doesn't mean we condone bad behavior, it means we refuse to let it control us any longer. The more we heal and grow, the more we shine. This process of letting go doesn't require seeking closure from others. It requires taking control of our own lives and destinies. Every step of growth, every moment of peace, is our own form of victory. We no longer need validation from those who wronged us, our actions speak louder than any revenge could. Lesson 7. Healing takes time. Healing, whether emotional or psychological, is rarely instant. It is a process that requires patience, self-compassion, and consistent effort. Much like a physical wound, emotional wounds need time to properly heal. There's no quick fix, but the journey of recovery leads to a stronger, wiser version of ourselves. It's crucial to give ourselves permission to heal at our own pace. Set aside time each day to process emotions like grief, anger, and hurt without judgment. Allow yourself to feel, reflect, and gradually release the pain. Small steps of progress should be celebrated as victories. Each moment of healing brings us closer to a sense of peace. By nurturing our own growth and recovery, we move beyond the pain and create space for a new, more fulfilling chapter in our lives. Healing is a journey of self-love and acceptance, and by embracing this, we invite lasting transformation into our lives. Lesson 8. The meaning of self-love. True self-love is not about seeking constant external validation or adhering to perfection. It is about understanding our intrinsic worth and accepting ourselves for who we truly are, flaws and all. Self-love is not just a concept, but a practice that deepens over time, grounded in compassion and self-awareness. The journey of embracing self-love involves reconnecting with your inner world and recognizing the hidden fears, insecurities, and patterns that influence how you perceive yourself. Understanding yourself. The first step toward self-love is understanding yourself. Pay attention to your internal dialogue, your reactions, and your priorities. By becoming aware of the fears, insecurities, or judgments that may hold you back, you can begin to release their grip on you. This self-awareness is not about judgment or criticism, but about gaining clarity and compassion for yourself. Embracing imperfection. Perfectionism can be an obstacle to self-love. The pressure to be flawless often masks our humanity and keeps us from fully appreciating ourselves. Each imperfection, every mistake, contributes to our unique story and growth. By letting go of perfection, we create the space to appreciate ourselves as we are, imperfect, yet worthy of love and respect. Releasing negative beliefs. Many of us carry negative beliefs about our worthiness, often rooted in past experiences or societal expectations. These beliefs can distort our self-image, making us feel inadequate or unworthy of love. It's important to release these limiting beliefs and replace them with affirmations of your inherent value. Your worth is not determined by external achievements or comparison to others, it is intrinsic and unwavering. Owning your truth. To fully embrace self-love, we must own our truth. This means accepting our authentic selves, including the aspects that society may deem imperfect or unconventional. Recognize your unique talents, your essence, and your capacity for growth. Stop measuring your worth by the standards of others and instead embrace your individuality with confidence. By choosing to love yourself unconditionally, you open up the possibility for true transformation. Self-love isn't a destination, but a continuous practice, a way of being that radiates outward into every part of your life. When we love ourselves, we invite greater opportunities for growth, connection, and fulfillment. Moving forward with healing and self-love. Like Evan's story, embracing healing can lead to unexpected growth and fulfillment. Sometimes, the setbacks we experience are not obstacles, but lessons that guide us toward our true path. Just as Evan shifted his focus from his original career aspirations to a new purpose that brought him joy, you too can find a fulfilling direction by embracing your healing process. Healing is about giving yourself the time and space to grow into who you are meant to be, free from the limitations of the past. It's a powerful act of self-love. By understanding your needs, embracing imperfection, and releasing negative beliefs, you open yourself to the possibilities of a brighter future. Lesson 9. Care for your mental health. Prioritizing your mental health is crucial for your overall well-being and the quality of your relationships. Too often, we put our mental health at the bottom of our priority list, believing that we should push through challenges without taking time to care for ourselves. However, neglecting your mental health can lead to burnout, emotional fatigue, and the decline of both personal and professional relationships. Taking care of your mental health is not only essential for your own growth but enables you to show up fully for others. Tune into your emotions. The first step in caring for your mental health is honestly tuning into your emotions. Pay attention to how you're feeling on a daily basis. Are you experiencing feelings of anger, sadness, loneliness, or disconnection from joy? Recognizing these signs early can help you address them before they escalate into more significant issues. Your emotions are not something to suppress but to acknowledge and process. Giving yourself permission to feel is the first step toward emotional healing. Allow room for your emotions. It's easy to fall into the trap of dismissing or avoiding negative emotions, especially in a world that often promotes positive thinking as the only acceptable mindset. However, it's important to allow yourself to feel without judgment. Sometimes, emotions like sadness or frustration are signals that something needs attention in your life. Instead of suppressing these emotions, give them space to be heard and understood. Seek professional support if needed. If you're struggling to manage your mental health on your own, it's okay to seek help. Professional assistance, such as therapy or counseling, can provide guidance and tools to help you navigate difficult emotions and mental health challenges. There's no shame in asking for support. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. Reaching out for help can provide clarity, relief, and empowerment as you take steps toward healing. Prioritize self-care. Self-care is not a luxury but a necessity. It's essential to make time for activities that replenish and rejuvenate you. This might include practices like meditation, exercise, creative hobbies, or simply resting. When you prioritize self-care, you allow yourself to heal and thrive, which enables you to be your best self for both yourself and others. By making mental health a priority, you're taking proactive steps to prevent burnout, alleviate stress, and foster a deeper connection with yourself. Just as physical health requires regular attention and care, so does your mental health. Investing in your mental well-being pays off by improving your quality of life and allowing you to experience greater happiness, fulfillment, and resilience. Building resilience. Mental health care also involves building resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, challenges, or emotional hardship. Life will always present obstacles, but resilience allows us to navigate them with greater ease. It's about learning to adapt, grow, and move forward even in the face of adversity. Incorporate practices that help build resilience, such as mindfulness. Stay present and aware of your emotions without judgment. This helps to reduce anxiety and stress. Positive self-talk. Replace negative self-talk with compassionate and empowering language. Support systems. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift and encourage you, and be open to sharing your struggles when needed. Embrace mental health as a lifelong journey. Just like physical health, mental health is a lifelong journey. It's not about achieving a state of perfection or constant happiness, but about finding balance and peace, even amidst challenges. By practicing self-awareness, seeking help when necessary, and committing to self-care, you can maintain a healthy mental state that supports your growth and success. Lesson 10. Start a new chapter ahead. Embracing the opportunity to start a new chapter in life requires recognizing that our well-being is paramount. Often, the first step toward positive change involves distancing ourselves from people, environments, or situations that no longer support our growth. It can be intimidating to leave behind what is familiar, but doing so can free us to thrive. By reassessing our relationships and environments, we can ensure that we are moving toward personal growth rather than staying stagnant. Assess your relationships and environment. Take a step back and honestly evaluate your relationships. Are there people in your life who drain your energy rather than uplift you? Do your environments foster personal growth, or do they keep you stuck in negative cycles? Surround yourself with individuals who support and challenge you in positive ways. Seek out relationships based on mutual respect, care, and understanding. While it's natural to want to hold on to relationships, sometimes we need to let go of those that no longer serve us. Compassionate distance. When you recognize toxic dynamics, it's crucial to create compassionate boundaries. Even in situations where harm is being done, remember that toxicity often stems from unhealed wounds in others. It's important to approach these situations with empathy, but also to protect your own mental health. Setting boundaries may bring discomfort or guilt, especially if you feel obligated to care for others. But remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Compassionately distance yourself if necessary, allowing both you and the other party the space to heal. Grieving and letting go. Leaving behind unhealthy relationships or environments can stir up complex emotions, including grief, anger, and sadness. It's essential to give yourself time to process these feelings. Grieving is a necessary part of healing and moving forward. During this time, seek support from trusted friends, family, or a professional to help you navigate the emotional challenges of transition. Acknowledge the lessons learned and the growth gained from these experiences, then release what no longer aligns with your truth. Embrace the uncertainty of new beginnings. Starting a new chapter often means stepping into the unknown. Change can be scary, but it is also where new opportunities and growth lie. In moments of uncertainty, embrace fear, but let courage be your guide. Trust that the unknown is where you will discover your true potential. By leaving behind old roles, traditions, and belongings, you create space for new experiences and connections to enter your life. Simplify and make room for the new. Sometimes, we hold on to physical, emotional, or mental clutter that no longer serves us. Take steps to simplify your life. This could mean decluttering your physical space, letting go of old beliefs that hold you back, or releasing outdated habits. When you create space, you allow new opportunities to flourish. As you let go of what no longer serves you, trust that your next chapter will be filled with possibilities you never imagined. Cultivate joyful self-expression. In your new chapter, focus on expressing yourself authentically. Allow yourself to experience life with a sense of joy, curiosity, and openness. Whether through creativity, hobbies, or exploring new connections, make sure to prioritize what brings you fulfillment. By embracing self-expression, you foster an environment of growth and authenticity, where your true self can shine. Trust the universe. Life has a way of unfolding in mysterious ways. Remember that the universe is always working in your favor, even when you cannot see it. Your presence in this world is not accidental. You are part of a much greater cosmic story, and you have a unique purpose that only you can fulfill. Trust that the universe has unconditional love for you, regardless of your past. Your journey is significant, and each step you take toward healing and growth is part of a greater plan. Celebrate the little pleasures of life. In the midst of change and uncertainty, don't forget to find joy in the small things. The beauty of life often lies in its simple pleasures: a warm cup of tea, the sound of your favorite song, or a moment of laughter with friends. These little moments of joy are reminders of the love and beauty that surrounds you, even in times of transition. Pay attention to life's subtle messages, and appreciate the present moment for what it offers. As you start this new chapter, remember that you are worthy of all the goodness that lies ahead. Your journey has brought you to this point, and now is the time to embrace your potential fully. The universe is rooting for you, and every step you take in the direction of growth is a step toward a brighter future. This is such a beautiful and empowering message. It speaks to the core of self-love, resilience, and the power of healing. It reminds us that love, truth, and growth are ever present, even in the face of difficulties. Here's a summary of the key ideas. Love is ever present. Love flows continuously, even in challenging times. It is not dependent on external validation or circumstances. It is always there, waiting for us to receive it again. When you open yourself to it, love can rekindle and guide you. Growth through challenges. Difficulties are not punishments but opportunities for growth. They strip away false perceptions, helping us uncover deeper truths about ourselves. These challenges create the space for personal transformation. Self-acceptance and healing. Healing is a lifelong process, with its ups and downs. Some days may be harder than others, but the key is to keep going. When past patterns resurface, it's a reminder that you have the strength to overcome them with the tools you've gained along the way. Purpose and wisdom from struggles. Your experiences, however challenging, have granted you wisdom, empathy, and strength, gifts that can be used to help others. Embrace the growth that has come from hardship, and allow it to nurture both yourself and others. Celebrating your journey. Remember to pause and celebrate your progress. You've done the hard work of healing and learning, so it's important to rest, reflect, and enjoy the freedom that comes with letting go of past burdens. Living authentically. Your future is a blank canvas, ready for bold expression. Perfectionism should not hold you back. Embrace the freedom of simply creating with authenticity. The beauty lies in your unique expression. The power of the present. The present moment is where you can fully experience your worth and potential. You are enough as you are, and the love, growth, and healing you need is already within you. Share your story. Your journey has the potential to uplift others. By sharing your story, you offer solace to those who may be silently suffering. In doing so, you remind them they are not alone.